These three things are stopping your brand, SE, from going big. I think the most obvious thing I definitely need to touch upon is the fact that as small clothing brand owners, I don't think we should be going to be making big collections, huge drops that are outside of our means. As in, if you can only finance a couple samples or one to two, and even if you have under 1K or 500 or however many followers you have at the moment, it's just not enough to be launching a whole collection to a whole bunch of people that don't even know your product yet. I mean, think about it this way: it's definitely a lot more wiser to launch one product and divert your marketing, your resources, and your attention to solely that instead of financing things that you may actually struggle to market, struggle to move, struggle to sell. And that one product can get a lot more visibility and attention than, I guess, five scattered products just for the sake of making a collection. And I feel like if you don't have the resources or even the time to be showing other people these different products, it just isn't going to sell. The second thing is probably the most important thing out of all the three I'm going to talk about today. I think a lack of confidence, a lack of coming in front of a camera or telling people about your brand. Or I feel like as an entrepreneur, you're going to need to have the confidence, whether you like it. But yeah, as I was saying, confidence, it's a major thing, because if you don't have the confidence to even tell your supporters or the people around you in your environment, your community, about your brand or about the new pieces you're dropping or what you're working on or your designs or whatever you're really trying to get out there, I feel like you're going to find it extremely difficult to see results with whatever you're trying to sell. Like whether it's a hoodie, a tee, I feel like if you don't have enough people seeing it, and if people don't know it exists, it's gonna be a real problem. And I feel like a lot of it stems from confidence, like not wanting to post certain things, not wanting to show people your mock-ups, being scared that your design isn't good enough. Or I feel like it all comes from a lack of confidence initially. So I think that's the biggest step that you really need to overcome. And then from there, I think everything else will really fall into place. And the third thing I'm definitely going to touch upon is obviously finance. If you don't have the cash, is getting from A to B is going to be so difficult. Like it's just it. I feel like it probably is impossible, because I see a lot of people that, because from my perspective, I see a lot of different people. They want to start something and they may not really have a plan, or at least know how much I think just starting up things are gonna cost. Like regular startup costs, things like paying for a website and just other, I think, basic needs that just aren't really touched upon. I think it's quite expensive, and I think not everyone is gonna have the capital for that right away. But really and truly, I'm not gonna kind of sugarcoat it. You're gonna need the finance, otherwise, you're just not gonna have the right systems in place, and it's gonna be very hard to compete against people that do have the finance. I think if you really do want to go somewhere, you're gonna need to get your cash in order. You're gonna need to make sure you have the right amount of capital. You need to at least know how much you're gonna spend on marketing and getting your samples out and promoting it, and even just shipping costs on its own is getting expensive these days. But thanks for watching to the end. I know that I'm definitely gonna have to start making more final content like this. Let me know what you guys think, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.